The axe rose over Bucharest, then the executioner froze. His hand shook, the blade fell, and the crowd watched a condemned man survive on pure will. That man was Michael. Michael didn't beg for a crown. He bought it. In Istanbul's shadowed corridors, he bribed power like a merchant buying steel and promised tribute no man could afford. They came for gold. They got locked doors. In one signal, Michael turned a ledger into a death sentence and erased the debts with steel. Then he didn't wait for revenge. In winter, when rivers became roads, Michael's riders thundered over the frozen Danube, striking the empire where it felt untouchable. By day, Michael played the obedient prince, counting taxes, feeding Istanbul's hunger. By night, he counted loyalties. Every village was measured, every captain weighed. He wasn't building walls, he was building timing. The garrison grew arrogant. They treated Bucharest like conquered ground. Michael let them. Comfort makes men careless, and careless men don't see traps closing. That night, Bucharest changed sound. Screams replaced laughter. Cannon smoke rolled through the streets. This wasn't rebellion. It was cancellation. Michael didn't just fight soldiers. He attacked supply, movement, confidence. Each trade whispered the same message. The empire bleeds. At Giurgiu, he didn't knock. The gate opened for friends. By the time truth arrived, the fortress was already lost. In Istanbul, patience ended. This wasn't a tax revolt anymore. It was a threat. Sunan Pasha was given an army and ordered to erase Wallachia. Michael didn't plan to defend Wallachia in the open. He chose Călugăreni because it erased numbers. One bridge, one crossing, battlefield where an empire could only attack single file. Sinan Pasha arrived with nearly 100,000 men, janissaries, cavalry, artillery, facing them. 16,000 Wallachians, mercenaries, and peasants. On paper, this wasn't a battle. It was an execution. Michael hid his cannons where no cavalry could reach them. Didn't intend to stop the Ottomans. He intended to compress them. As the Ottomans pushed forward, their strength betrayed them. Thousands crushed toward a bridge that could barely hold hundreds. When the bridge filled, Michael gave the order. Iron tore through flesh. Men fell into mud so thick it swallowed armor whole. Ottoman cavalry, unstoppable on plains, became useless here. Horses drowned. Momentum died. The empire stalled in mud. When his line bent, Michael charged. Not as a symbol, but as a weapon. His presence snapped panic back into fury. The bridge broke. Thousands drowned. Sinan Pasha barely escaped, dragged from the swamp, humiliated and bleeding. Călugăreni was a victory, but not a war one. Michael had broken an army, not destroyed it. To survive, Michael abandoned Bucharest. Victory forced retreat, and the war moved into its next, deadlier phase. Călugăreni broke the Ottoman advance, but Michael knew the truth. Sinan Pasha still had tens of thousands. To win the war, Wallachia had to change the map. Help finally came. Prince Sigismund Bathory sent a relief army, Hungarian cavalry, German mercenaries, Italian musketeers. The balance shifted. Michael didn't defend, he advanced. The counteroffensive pushed the Ottomans back toward the Danube, cutting routes and isolating garrisons. Giurgiu was the key. Whoever held this fortress controlled the crossing and the escape route back into Ottoman territory. Michael placed his guns where the river narrowed. The bridge became a trap, waiting for a retreat. Sinan Pasha ordered a withdrawal. It became a stampede. Soldiers, wagons, and loot choked the bridge at once. Then the bridge failed. Thousands drowned, armor pulling them under. Ow! The Danube turned red. Michael's men freed thousands of captives. It wasn't just a victory, it was a reversal of terror. Sinan Pasha escaped, but his army did not. The Danube line was shattered. The campaign was lost. With Giurgiu broken, Michael reclaimed the capital. The counteroffensive had worked. Now ambition would push him beyond survival. Michael knew defense would kill him. Surrounded by enemies, betrayed by allies, he chose the unthinkable offense. Leaving Wallachia exposed, he marched west into the Carpathians, dragging cannon through mountain passes that froze men to death. It was a Hannibal-style gamble. If he failed, there would be no retreat, no homeland to return to. But But if he succeeded, the map itself would change. At Selimbar, Michael met Cardinal Andrew Bathory's army, larger, richer, armored in confidence. But confidence shattered fast. Artillery thundered, cavalry broke lines, and the Shiklis defected mid-battle. The field dissolved into panic. Within hours, Transylvania's ruler fled. Days later, he was dead. Power had changed hands and blood. In Alba Iulia, Michael ruled Transylvania not as a guest, but as a conqueror. For the first time, Wallachia and Transylvania stood under one ruler. Months later, Michael struck east into Moldavia, collapsing resistance in weeks. On July 6, 1600, he issued a document styling himself Prince of Wallachia, Transylvania, and Moldavia. It was the first political union of the three Romanian lands. Militarily brilliant, politically fragile. Michael had built an empire faster than any system could sustain. Michael didn't stop. Crossed into Moldavia like a storm. Fortresses surrendered without a fight. Polish-backed rulers fled. In weeks, 3 crowns rested on one head. Wallachia, Transylvania, Moldavia. The impossible union was born. The triumph poisoned Europe. Allies panicked. Basta betrayed him. At Maraslo, Michael charged uphill into imperial fire. His army shattered. Thousands died. The union cracked. In a single month, Michael lost everything. His lands, his throne, his family, mounted through frozen valleys. The conqueror became a fugitive. Called back by an emperor who had betrayed him, Michael returned as a general, not a king. At Gorislow, he crushed the rebellion with ruthless efficiency. Victory was his again, and that made him dangerous. Victory sealed his fate. Allies feared what he'd become. In his tent, unarmored, Michael reached for his sword. He'd never finished the motion. His body was mocked. His head smuggled home. Inscriptions said it all, killed by envy. Empires erased him, but memory didn't. Empires vanished. Romania remained. The axe never truly fell.